Okay, it is Thursday morning and we have a treat for you. I have brought Rachel on before and she is in momentum. Her level of energy is up to here and she's just going to bring some good stuff to us this morning and I'm excited that she's going to talk. So, and we will and Rachel, we need to make sure we cut off probably 5 minutes early because we
I
got
have to.
mastermind, right? You do too. So yeah,
Yeah.
whenever. Okay, take her away, girl.
All right. So I've got my notes. I'm going to go over a few things. I always, try to think, okay, how can I bring something new, something fresh? I don't want to bore you guys. I want something that's going to actually motivate you, help you, push you forward. So, a couple things that I feel that I have started to excel in, I want to help you guys with. So, I have worked really, really hard on my social media presence over the last, I don't know, I feel like maybe the last 4 to 6 months, I've really propelled that. And so, some of the things that I heard but really didn't sink in. You can hear the same thing over and over and it just doesn't click until the right time. One of those things that Alita said all the time is that posting is not enough. I was so guilty of that where I would just post and be like, the people will come. And then I was frustrated that my business was slow. Okay. It's common sense, but sometimes common sense isn't all that common to us. Like we have here's your sign. Okay. So that is something that I've seen some of my people do as well, where we're just relying on posts. And I told Alita recently that 95% of my business has just come from posting on social media. And so the big thing with that is consistency. So you have to reach out to people, you have to talk to people. Posting is not enough, but all of my engagement comes from social media. I love speaking to people in person, but I'm thriving on social media. And I joke and say I'm a baby influencer now. So with that, you have to do reach outs. You have to. You cannot just post and walk away. And so one of the things that Caitlin was just talking about was, the chat GPT stuff. And it is so awesome. So I just downloaded the app this morning just to see, what I could do on there. And so I typed a quick message, and one of the things that it said about building your Facebook and Instagram accounts, of course, is consistency, showing up daily. One of the things that I like to do, if I have a day that I know I'm going to be out and about like this, I don't have a lot of time to, dedicate to my social media. I tell my people, I don't ever want my stories to run dry. If I notice that my story is not up there, I'm like, crap, I hurry up and throw something up. I like to do videos, um, inspirational pictures, whatever. But don't let your stories run dry. That is such an easy tool to grab people's attention because it's right there at the top of Facebook, Instagram, whatever you're using. That's the first thing that people can see. And so having content on there and especially posting in your stories is so huge. What I like to do is schedule out posts. If I know that I'm going to be super busy, I will schedule out posts. Again, if you are not in professional mode on Facebook, do it today. Stop waiting. It helps so much. There's so many tools on there. The professional dashboard, you can see how many people are viewing your content, how long they watch your videos. There is so much crucial information on there that you're missing out on if you are not in professional mode. It's super easy to switch over. Don't ask me how because I don't remember. I did it like a year ago, but it's not hard to figure out. You can do that and it will show you all of that important information. My engagement has been over 300,000 consistently. That's huge. That's a lot of people that are seeing, sharing, and with that, make sure you're posting engaging posts. So I like to post stuff no matter how dumb it is, like, oh, what's your favorite sourdough recipe? What's your favorite song? What's your favorite color? Whatever. What's your favorite makeup? Aluminum free girlies. What brand are you using right now? Do I care what deodorant you're using? No, but people love to talk. People love to hear themselves talk. They love to post and give unsolicited advice. So when you ask them, they're like, this is my moment. I can share all of my useless knowledge with you. With that, Don't just post it up and not engage. Every person that's commenting, go under there. Do, if someone posts something and I'm like, I don't even know how to respond, I'll just throw up a heart. I don't care. Post something to engage with them because that's going to boost you in the algorithm. Again, it does not matter how stupid your engaging post is. If you need ideas, I know sometimes we can get writer's block. It's super easy to just draw a blank when you feel like you've posted all the things you can think of. Hop on Google. It'll give you plenty of things, or Chat GPT. There is so much technology out there at our fingertips. Use it. It is networking and marketing. Okay. Provide value. Don't post too much stupid stuff. Make sure that you're posting, things in there that are adding value to people's life. I exploit my puppy. Everyone loves my little Frenchie. It works. It draws people to my page. So I use that. Is it necessarily providing value to their life? No, but puppies and babies are cute and we like to see those things because it gives us that little, rush and makes us feel good. It's engaging with your audience. Yep. Okay. Tell your story, engage with your audience, use hashtags. This is all from ChatGPT. Using hashtags can help you pop up in more searches. And so I'm trying to be more intentional about building my Instagram because that's something that I've struggled with in the past. And I feel like while I'm still going slow with it, I'm learning it and figuring out how to use it more. So using those hashtags is a great way to help your content pop up more for people. Yeah, I'm getting better about the hashtags, and I'll use generally the same ones. Like I'll do millionaire mindset, success mindset, opportunity, entrepreneur, figure out whatever works with like what you're consistently posting. And that's something else too. So Caitlin talked about the farm thing. So if you're posting a lot of stuff about your farm, animals, whatever, use those in your hashtags, or, they'll have trending ones, whatever. I don't normally hop on the train with all the trending hashtags because I'm not that cool, but like people still follow me. And I'm actually I hit 5,000 followers a month or two ago, and I'm up to like over 5,100 now. So it's consistently growing. One of the things that I did at the beginning of my Plexus business is I would add at bare minimum 3 to 5 people a day. And so my criteria, yours could be completely different, but for my criteria, for one, I'm looking for popular people, successful people, people that have a lot of engagement on their social media, because I'm going to scope out their social media before I send them a request. And then I like to have at minimum 100 mutual friends, so I don't look like some random creep that's like, hey, be my friend, and I'm not one of those people that request someone and then instantly like, hi, it's so nice to meet. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I feel like that's spammy. If you do that, there's nothing wrong with that. That's just not me. Be true to yourself, your personality. We talked about that on the cruise, the authenticity in your messaging. Like, I'm going to send 1,000 exclamation points, a bunch of emojis. I'm not going to condense all of my thoughts into one message. You're going to have 5 back to back because I'm going to think of something else after I send that. That's just who I am. People are used to that. If that's not you, don't do it. It's going to feel dumb to you and you're not going to stick with it. The more authentic you can be, the better, because people can tell when you're genuine. I've had so many people recently say that they joined me because they trusted me. And that's huge. When you're authentic and you're posting and you're sharing, it shows. And so people will follow along, even if they don't say anything. I've had the most random people reach out to me and order that I never knew. They never said anything. They never engaged in any of my posts. And then out of nowhere, they're like, hey, I'm ready to place an order. It's like, what? Where did you come from? Where have you been this whole time? So consistency is such a big deal. And one of the things with that, so with my Frenchie, I've started listening to a podcast called Badass Breeder. And one of the things that my husband mentioned yesterday, he's like, I would follow her because like, I trust that she knows everything. Like, she's done this for years and she's, sharing all this stuff. So become an expert in your field. So we're in the gut health business. So we should be consistently striving to learn about the products and the business. Because when people ask us, if they're trusting us to lead them, we need to know what the hell we're talking about. We're not just going to be like, you know, when you're brand new, obviously you're not going to know everything, but like start the process now. Learn, you know, pick one product. So I messaged in my Facebook group and was like, hey, what do y'all want to see more of? And one of the things that, you know, people were voting on was product info. So today I was just like, you know what? I'm going to make a 1-minute video and post it in my group. And so I did. I was like, today's MetaBurn. I was like, that'll be the easiest one for me to share really quick in under a minute. And so I just took a picture of my MetaBurn, sent, you know, product of the day, a graphic that had the information for that, and then that little 1-minute video that I made. So just working on that knowledge. You don't have to know everything, but like Cheryl, we know she's the product guru. I love Cheryl. I love that she's always so willing to help us, but I don't want to have to rely on her. If Cheryl is busy and something is going on, I need to know that stuff too. And so I'm preaching to myself here because I need to learn more about the products. I started back in 2016. Every 2 years I would order, and then I started the business September of 2023. There's still so much that I don't know that I need to. And that's not an excuse. Like I need to pull my head out of my butt and just do it. It's easy to say it, but we need to do it. So with that, you have to believe in the products in the business. You cannot share with someone something that you don't believe in. If you think the products are too expensive, it's going to come off in your conversation. If you don't believe in the business and that you can actually do it, it's going to come off in your conversation. You have to be confident in what you're talking about. Just because you're not fully knowledgeable on the subject doesn't mean that you can't still be confident in that. Have belief in the product and the business and know what we have is a good thing. If you're brand new, it won't take you long to see that this is legit. The community we have, the products we have, they work. I would not be selling something that I don't believe in. And so my goal when I first started was to try every single product because I want to give an honest account of what we have. I don't want to be like, well, you know, I've never used that, but I've heard it's good. And with that, I'm going to branch off real quick because I have a lot of people that ask me for advice on bariatric patients. So if you're new here and you don't know, hi, my name's Rachel. I had bariatric surgery in 2021. So May 18th of 2021, I had the gastric bypass. And so for us, if you're not familiar, it means that they remove the part of your stomach that is responsible for absorbing nutrients from what we consume. And so for me and people like me, hi Tasha, we have to be very intentional about what we put into our body. So I have to have a certain amount of protein. I have to be very, very intentional because I have a 6-ounce stomach. It's been 4 years and the max that I can consume at one time is 6 ounces. And that's food, liquids, whatever. So if I take a bite of my meal and a sip of my drink, all of that counts towards that 6 ounces. So I can't eat as much if I drink. Anyways, for someone like me, I have found from personal experience and people that I've worked with, we cannot take balance. If you do not eat enough for that to count, do not take it, do not suggest it. This, I'm giving a brief overview, but if y'all ever have questions, if you ever have a bariatric patient, please reach out to me. I am always willing to help. But we don't eat enough for that to impact us. And all it's going to do is make them nauseous and they're going to want to give up. It made me feel like absolute crap. Sean had a customer who started it and it started making her feel sick. And so I asked her, are you one of those people like I was before my surgery that goes all day without eating pretty much? Because she owns a restaurant. And she was like, well, yeah, I don't really eat a lot. I said, okay, stop the balance. If you do not eat a healthy amount of meals during the day, if you're not getting in enough carbs and all that, it's not worth it. You can't eat it. And so hunger control actually makes me hungry. I don't drink it. For me, I like mixing my Slim in a shot because it's so much easier for me to consume, again, because I have a 6-ounce stomach. So those are just little tips and tricks. There's not really anything else that we can't consume. I know people get nervous about that. We can take everything. I actually compared my bariatric vitamin that's specifically formulated for bariatric patients against our X Factor Plus Obviously, there are some differences, but it was actually really, really close. Again, for us, because we can't um, absorb nutrients the same way, we essentially have to overdose on vitamins to make them actually work for us. So, just so you're aware of that, I'm trying to wrap up quick because I did want Lois to talk. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it for my list. Now, Lois actually just started. So she ordered December 31st, started the business January 31st. She gave it a full month, and Sister Girl hit the ground running. Like, she signed up 3 or 4 people within like 5 minutes. It's absolutely ridiculous. She signed up 3 people while we were on the cruise, like absolutely killing it. She's about to hit gold this month. She just developed a silver, I think yesterday or the day before. I can't even keep up with it anymore. So, Lois, are you still on here? Can you hear me? Are you ready to give a just a little quick bio? Hi. You got to unmute yourself.
I am horrible with technology. Hi, I'm Lois and I don't know how to work technology. Okay, so Rachel pretty much shared already. I think what I was supposed to share. But one good thing I will pick up from Rachel is about, like, because I'm not good at technology, most of my people that are on my team now, I built from in-person conversations. Even if that was a phone call or a coffee date, I was intentional with my people. And so they would send out a message and say, "Hey, I want to know more about this." And I would say, "Hey, can you call me?" Or, "Hey, can we have coffee?" And so being able to have a conversation with somebody face to face, they get to see you, they get to see the authentic version of you, they begin to trust you. And so I went senior silver pretty quickly. Like Rachel said, I signed up, started my products, and within 5 minutes, I had my first 3 people, and I was a silver. I think in February, I gained 10 people on my team. It went really rapidly. And like Rachel was saying, those people were people I would have never imagined would have ordered. So don't think that you may be targeting a certain person or people on your social media. It's the ones that you least expected. And that's how it was for me. And so, yes, I just created my first silver. It does happen to be my husband, but he worked very hard on sharing as well about the products. And so, going for gold this month, I just want to encourage you guys to follow up. Don't always think that it has to be a social media conversation. If you've got the time, if you want to work the business, put the time in it, meet with these people face to face and do events, because it's going to grow your business. So, and it's Thursday, so be thankful.
I love it. Thank you. So that's all I have, guys. Be intentional. Don't let your stories run dry. Keep posting, keep sharing, and engage with people. You cannot, it's like, you can't just post it up and be like, "Oh, well, I hope they call me." Like, think of it as like a dating profile. You're wooing these people. If you post up your cute little selfie, but you never respond to anybody, do you think they're going to want to date you? No. So be intentional. Get on your social media, post some engaging content, ask them some stupid questions, get people going, and just have fun with it. Like, life is too short to take this too seriously. Like, this business is so simple. It does not require any secret sauce. You see, we have such a wide variety of people, backgrounds, businesses, all the things. You have in-person people, you have social media people, whatever works for you, run with it. Love you guys. Hope you have a great day. That's all I've got.
Thanks, Rachel. I love that. And, it was very apparent on the cruise about just actually even the diversity of people, which is amazing. And one of the things I really love about this company. And the other thing is, I just want to emphasize the consistency, because here's what happens: if you are not consistent and you take your foot off the pedal, and what happens is you really almost have to start over from square one. If you're inactive for a couple weeks, your people drop off. If you're not checking in on them. I was
Yeah.
telling somebody yesterday, at a bare minimum, like, if something's going on in your life and maybe you can't be reaching out as much or at all or whatever, you have to care for your people or you lose them. So, you know, it's just so much harder, the stop and go, the stop and go. So just commit and be engaged in it and be consistent, even if it's just a little bit. And Tasha, go ahead. If you have a couple a couple minutes, then go for it.
Hey, so I've got a new girl she's been using the products for a while, and I really wanted to share this for anyone who has someone like that who's transitioning to the business. So her name's Jackie, and yesterday I had her post something. This is to get more people's interest, and it said, "I have a secret." And that's all it was. And that's going to get people commenting. Guys, people thought maybe she was pregnant. They thought that, like, there's so many things that they thought, but they were commenting. And so then this morning, I had her post, "It's almost time." And so people are like blowing that up too. And then this afternoon, she's ordered Restore, and she's got her triplex coming too, but she's going to open the box live, and she's inviting me to that live. And so as she's opening everything, I'm going to go over the products and talk about them. So those are super, super simple things that you can incorporate, and you can really help your new business builders get a jump start. That's all
Yeah,
I have.
yeah, I love that. And so what's interesting about that, well, we can use that when we have LTOs or new products coming out, like when convention comes around, you know, we're releasing stuff, you know, capitalize on that, drawing people in about what you possibly have. The other thing, oh, okay, so this is something else that I started doing along the same lines, Tasha, is when I go into my stories, I will say, "Tell me I'm not the only one." You know what I mean? And then people, and that's so sometimes I do the, whatever, so that they can see the conversation, but, like, that's what I've started doing, putting that across the top, "Tell me I'm not the only one." You don't think people wanna know? Like, "Oh, I wanna know what," yeah, you know? So you have to ask those, just be creative, and again, just be you. Like, mine is like, you know, "Oh my gosh, like, who else snacks before dinner and is already full?" Well, me, so I'm using Slim HC, and you can too. You know what I mean? It's, like, so simple. So anyway, you guys, we're gonna go because we have mastermind, but thank you, thank you. Let's crush March.